The topic name I'm giving you, that is success related to education? Is success related to education? There is a topic. So I give you a couple of minutes to think over it, and then we start the discussion. This is the topic in which he's asked you a sort of question. You know how to approach for it. Okay, so I think now we can start it. So please start your discussion.
Good morning,
Good
friends. My
morning,
name is
friends.
Shivam. I
My
am
name is
happy to start the
Vanju.
discussion. In my opinion, this is a topic of current relevancy. I believe that education not have impact to the success because there are many people that are not educated but doing well. But the main questions come arise to me is what the people according to the people success is. For some people success is getting a good job, or some people success is getting a good business, or some people they have different thinking about the success. So first this is the main point to think about what is the success they think is the right success. And there are many people like Steve Jobs, Alibaba, Einstein, and Virgin Airlines. So that are not educated, that are not not only qualified their colleges also, but they are very successful in their life according to money wise. Now I open the house for all to participate in the debate.
Yes, friends, I agree with Shivam. Yes, success does not have an exact definition. We have a people who succeed with education. Example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. And we have a people reach to great heights with a small only primary education. Example, Sachin Tendulkar, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir. So success, so it does not depends on education exactly. It depends on the person, how he learn from the failures and how he passionate about his goal and his hardworking nature. So
In my opinion, success is related to talent, which is independent of education, and it is also about the satisfaction in life for different people. It Different jobs can have different satisfaction for them, and any work will require hard work and a zest to change. And I think that is independent of education.
I not agree with you, Swarnima, for some points. Like you said, talent. There are some people that are more successful, like founder of Alibaba. They say in their speech that basically it's not even important to be talented enough to be successful, because you can hire talented people. It's not very important to be talented. And when you say the hard work, yes, it is yes relevant. Hard work is very relevant for that. to be successful?
So education, I think, provided quite a conventional way to get success. But in the current scenario, success is not only just having only higher education or anything. That many without any education, there are lots of successful people, and those who have not so much well qualified, or there are many person who are well educated but they are not successful and they are struggling to their life. So both can be in hand to hand, or it may not be. So it depends on the person that who
I think we have entered the system of
Like
becoming
okay, continue.
system of education, and we are having this rote learning which we are having from very primary standards, and everyone is becoming a doctor or an engineer. So I think we need to self introspect. That is also a reason that many successful entrepreneurs can be nurtured from India.
Yeah, because of the thought, I also think because of thought process of our parents and our society, there is also thinking about that education is the only way to be successful, and there is also a myth about that if you not educate, you are not be successful. You can't be successful. There are literally many of people that are successful and that are not well educated even.
That is what I stated right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with.
In that time also some of us we have also think that the success is equals to education, but for a businessman
I think
point of
sports
view,
persons
it may
are
not be true.
also successful. I think
Yes,
a
so it
sports
depends
person
on the
are also
process.
successful, and we can't relate success with education.
Yeah.
Education is a very
Yes.
small part of success.
But
Yes,
now what
in
education can add is to
from
our
childhood we get that. From childhood we always
We can say
our
that
parents are saying that
for a
education is
very
the only way.
common people, we can say that for a very common people, the education can be a mode of success, but not for everyone. It can't be applicable to everyone.
But I just say
For
education is
those
just a plus point for to be a successful. If it you have, then you have one plus point for that.
Yes,
To reach
because
to the-
education helps in improving our hard skills, which is also
Yeah.
which will add to our plus points.
Yes, it's L
yes,
to a
we
plus
can
point.
say
It
that
give knowledge
education has
about
been
how it goes, because
it
education
helps
does
in
not give any practical knowledge. It's just give theoretical knowledge, but it is still relevant, and I just think it's give many other points to be successful.
I think
Little steps.
education give a wide point of view for everyone. Like we can think in a different direction. Education gives that kind of power to us.
Yes,
But
I agree
successful
with you.
people are also encourage us to educate yourself so that you can get a better idea of the life, that in which
Or we
way
can
you
say that
will get success or
Also,
not.
or we can say that education give a backup plan for people
Yes,
who are going in a streams like sports, or in a streams where success uh, selection is very uh, less.
and education can also help us in deciding what career path we want to follow. Sometimes it's
yes,
like a
obviously.
guideline for us to do that.
Yes, and also education is now readily available on the internet, and anyone can access it. So I just think for to be successful enough without investing, and that the education is readily available on internet, so anyone can access it. So it is can be a easy path or to be a cheaper path also.
Let's go to ground level of seeing that the remote villages where internet is not available, education is available only through the teachers which are there. So their education plays a very
I
important
think
role.
there are literally less peoples now left. All labor and other castes also have mobile phone and internet. There are literally little peoples that don't connected with the internet.
I think
I
basic
think
education is
in
necessary.
internet
Then
it
people
does
get
not
to know
mean
their
that
interest. People
But-
get to know their interest after basic education. Then if they are interested in
yes.
business stream, they don't need further education. But if they are interested in any IPS or any civil services, they need more knowledge. And if they are interested in any business or sportsman, any like they want to become a cricketer, or then then like what higher studies is not necessary, but basic education is minimum to know the interest. And
I just
if
think
they're interested in education,
Yes,
then
it is a
their
very good
networking
I just
will
point
think
be
that
thinking is
very
also
better.
important rather than education also. If we train the students to think how to think and how to learn the new things, and then also in the practical life, it's also important, and it's play the key step to the success also.
Yeah, but
for
that
Yes.
is
for
exactly
that
the point of.
basic education is needed, na?
Yes, friend,
Yeah,
I agree with your statement. Basic education is needed. If you take the rural areas, the parents will not know that much about the exact society, what happened in the capital cities are. So at that time, the basic education is compulsory for the student. When he completed his primary and basic level, then he knows the society. Then he
Then
can easily use the internet phone in a right way. So
he
at
will know the interest, his area of interest. If he is a businessman, he will do MBA. Then education is needed. If he is a sportsman, he will develop more interest in coaching and something. So it's all
yes,
I
but
don't
minimum
agree with this.
Businessmen
education
There
is necessary.
are
some
not
businessmen
from the
that
MBA
not done MBA
holder.
also, but they are earning more and more today also.
I think
Yes,
government is also
basic
recognizing
education.
this point, and National Education Policy 2020 is a very good example of that. That they are trying to inculcate skills rather than only rote learning. So government is also identifying this point, which is a good step for India.
Yes.
Basic education gives at least for those whose parents are not well educated, they can't teach much about social skills, and then education gives that skills to anybody from through which we can grow in any direction.
Yes. The
Some
my friend.
aspects, like any art and culture, they know like from their ancestors, they will have this art or culture in their family background. So they were doing some like what you they're making any ornaments, those kind of things. They need education to be better, like upgrade their skills and all, and that's how it will be added.
Like in other countries like Germany, they provide even certification for bakery and pottery. So they are recognizing those small skills also, so that they get motivation towards becoming a businessman or increasing their business. So we can also maybe do something on that lines.
Yeah, and
Yes,
education
the
is not
government.
only the part to be successful. There are many sports activities, and that the Sonima says that many other skills like port making and other activities to be successful. So there are many activities other than education. Education is just a one point.
But the people in rural areas usually involved in port making, but today the pots are very less used because the aluminum vessels are coming. So the father have no way about the port making, but he does not
But
encourage
the
his
benefit of
let
that cannot compromise with the steels and other things.
Again, we are moving towards pots because of the quality of pots and the type
Quality.
of infuse it in the food which we serve in. So that's why we can
Because
now
of the
see
benefit of,
five-star restaurants also that the sweets are being presented in pots, and they can be reused also, so it's sustainable also.
basically it is coming to the premium segment also because
Yes.
of their goodness in that particular thing.
But success
Rather than a plastic usage and other usage.
Yes, but success in technological sectors requires education for a must, like in you can say space organizations or startups related to robotics. Like we saw in our college campus, many startups were taking place by our own friends. So their education plays a key role in success, along with
Even the
management.
networking will be increased.
Yes.
Education is just one part of the success, in my opinion. So, not
Yes, we all agree.
well educated. If all well-educated person is not successful, that there are many examples that
I think success being a successful is our point of view where we feel satisfied.
Yeah, it is important to be justify first what is the success depends on the person. It's the time, it's the money, or it's anything else they enjoy too. So first of all, that's the main thing that my friend says education is necessary for the students to understand their career, for the basic needs, also for the beginner levels. Education is needed. Yes, it is needed, but there are first after that this is important. What does the person feel about what is success for them also?
Yes, yes, in the rural areas,
definition of
the
success is
many
different
people.
from person to person.
Yes, success can be only living a peaceful life with all the amenities, basic amenities. That can be success for a man. And another success can be being a CEO of a company. So it varies.
Another
So
success will
Yes.
also be being a scientist or
Yeah.
being another fields also.
But we take the rural areas, the parents will have think the education is only the role to successful. That's why many corporate colleges, the fees will for a 10th class, it may be 1 lakh or 1 point. So it in the rural areas, that's the problem. Even a farmer does not interested to make his son as a farmer, but a doctor can interest because it will be good money. So in the rural areas, the many people think that education is a one way, but when you but
Success,
Education is
I
these are
just
always
think
rare.
success is basically
Yes,
depends on many things. Basically, if a person want to gardening, if person wants agriculture, if person want to interest in making food, cooking, is if person want to play footballs and other sports activities and other curriculums, or if a person is good in communication, it just if the person is good in inspiring someone, if person is good in their speaking and communicating with each others, and if the person is good in other activities also. So there are the different things other than education which makes the people successful. The education is the one of the point to be successful.
yes.
I think in every aspect, technology has developed a lot. So education is necessary, and also in rural areas, government has taken so many initiatives to create awareness. And new education policy also, it's a all-rounder development. So rural areas also, parents will think better and understand the importance of education, and that's how basic education will be got by everyone. And after that, they will decide which area they are interested in and they want to progress. And
Yeah. So primary education is important as a conclusion.
Yeah, because you
yes,
can't
yes,
read about any documents and other stuffs, and if you are making the career in the teaching line and other line which like scientist, which only related to the education, so education should be the must, right?
Yeah, I
yes,
like
the
to add one more point also. It's like education is not only the way that we study, but education is the one which we develop a new skill or new kind of thing. It can be a dance, it can be a singing, it can be of anything. So if you take in case of my father also, because of education he got succeeded. But if you take in case of other ones, like who is a famous Kuchipudi dancer also, he learned Kuchipudi and he became success. So education is not like taking some kind of books and studying the matter and getting success. Education is something which we learn a new skill, and with using that new skill we'll get success in that love. That is called as education. So I feel that education is not only related to books and everything, it is related to the new skill that you learn and you develop in the future, so that
Yes,
you
my
get
friend.
success in that skill actually.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
there are
yes,
many examples like
Hmm.
Honey Singh and other singers also, Arjit Singhs, that do not educate, do not have much education, but they are successful. And other sports players like Virat Kohli and others that are successful, but they do not have much educations. And there are also some businessmen like Tata and other businesses that are not well educated, but they are still going giving the best in their
So
life.
basically,
Yeah.
we need to create a awareness among our youth that after primary education, you should go and explore your skills and excel in it. That's
Yes.
how we
I
will make.
agree with you, because so primary education is important, because primary education is like learning your mother tongue or learning ethics, and everything is important. After completion of your primary education, you should know in which skill or which kind of domain you are interested, so you can develop in the future, so that he could develop in that skill, and he would get succeed in that. So if he was interested in some kind of will, if some parents force him to do education, he can't do, because he was interested in some kind of thing, so he should go. And another thing, in this kind of thing, even parents should also get awareness that what child is also interested in it actually, so that he can develop that new skill, according to me.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right.
Yes. Yes, I agree with Hemant. Yes, primary education is compulsory. After that primary education, you have to introduce a dual course. One is for education, another one is a skill set course. So at the end of, then he chooses his interested skill and he continued his formal education as well. So
Like that's what happening after your 10th, right? You're taking MPC or BPC or some other your area of interest, and you are trying to be better in that position.
but after
So-
10th only we are you have go account in coaching IIT JE.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
you
from
have a
school
chance
only.
of taking CA or MPC, BPC, and other aspects of
What we can do
courses.
is have a program in school
Okay,
itself
so
before 10th standard to
now I
make
think you
awareness.
can conclude now discussion.
Friends, we are
Oh,
now
okay,
reached to
friends.
the good
We
discussion.
have very good
We are
discussion today,
recently to
and we
discussion.
come to the
Now,
consensus. So we have very good points, and we are divided on the topic. And finally, we come to one conclusion: primary education is compulsory. Some of our friends give a very good points. Swarnima tell about the new education policy, and our friend Hemant tell we have to introduce a skill course, and Shivam tell the self analysis is required. So in my personal opinion, the primary education is compulsory after for rural areas, and after the primary education, the person will decide. So we have an examples like APJ Abdul Kalam, who succeed with education, and Sachin Tendulkar, other persons who with a small primary education, they also succeed. So
And also, I would like to add this that we also concluded that success, definition of success is different for different people.
yes,
yeah,
it is
yes,
also
yes.
different.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
some also said that
Education
it is
is
also primary education
just
is
a
the
thing
must.
that we will make the people in a way of success. Not
Okay,
always.
okay, friends. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so let me now give you the feedback. See, once somebody starts concluding, then others should not enter. Others should not, enter into that conclusion. That should not be done.
So I started, but then he also started, and then I was speaking. He was also, but he doesn't stop. And so
Sir,
I
I just
started
think कि आप
today at
number
the
wise
same
लेंगे
point.
इस बार. Like
Can we add
yesterday.
points in the conclusion? Like if someone is
Yes.
If
concluding,
somebody
can we
starts
add?
concluding, you should not interfere in that later on, because
Okay.
then there is no end, because everybody starts speaking then again, and it starts becoming a discussion again. So that is up to you. Like you have to pounce upon conclusion and speak it out. That's it. And others should not enter typically, because that spoils the image of entire group. So, and it should be like Dola Raju told something. It was a better performance than last time, Dola, because you could conclude now. Conclusion is the easiest, because not everybody is jumping for conclusion at the same time. So it is the easiest to do. And then for as far as your participation is concerned, yes, like Swarnima, Shivam Goel, and Arnab, you were speaking, and that was performance you are improving. Yugandhar has just started speaking, Dola has done better than last time. Hemant, I think he was absent
Yeah.
and entered.
Yes, sir. Because of this power cut issue, I was joined at first, but there was no internet connection, so I got at last. So
So
the
that's
thing.
all I can say is like you people practice more. If you practice more, then you will become more expert in this. That is what all I can tell you. And now, as far as this topic is concerned, this is is success related to education? So in these kind of things, the question is asked. So what can be the best introduction is, okay friends, the topic given to us today is success related to education. So I must say that this is a thought provoking topic, not current relevant, it is thought provoking topic. And before we answer this question, we need to understand what do we mean by success. So my answer to this particular question is yes and no. No. Yes, because we know that yes, education makes you capable, it enhances your skill, and yes, it leads you to the achievement of couple of things which you may consider success. No, because formal education, even if it is not there, you may be talented in particular other field which is not related to education, like sports, culture, art, or something. So you may be successful that way also. So now I open the house for discussion among all of you, where we can provide the example of education providing the success, and even if it is no education, then what do we mean by success? So I open the house for discussion among all of you. Then the success, how do you define it? The definition of the success is different for different people, as Swarnima said. Now, it can be like, if whatever you are capable of doing, if you accomplish that and if you do it, and that eventually is purposeful in the life world, it helps somebody, that is the parameter of success. Whatever you are capable of, whatever your temperament allows you, what your aptitude permits you, and if you're good in that, and if you do that, this is called a success. And education, obviously formal education is good because you learn certain thing. You may learn one thing or the other. Learning can be through education or otherwise also. Then you can give example of sports person, you can give example of artists, like you can always give example of people who are very good actors, those who are very good singers, those who are very good sports person, those who are very good in social service. They may not be educated, but they have made a politician big name. They have made not educated but made very big name in the politics. Like even our prime minister says that I'm not that educated, that highly educated, but I've made a big name. So those kind of things you can always quote. And education also. So yes or no, answer is yes or no. Education से भी success मिलती है. Like we all are studying, and the moment we clear power grid corporation job, the moment we get a job, we'll say we are successful because we achieved whatever we wanted to achieve. So that comes through education only. This is how you have to proceed forward with examples. I told you that always classify the topic and always give some kind of examples. That is something which is a very, very important thing. You should always proceed in that direction. Right? This is how we have to basically go ahead. Now, anything you want to ask or tell?
हाँ सर, वो बेसिकली फॉर्म पीजीसीएल के भरने थे, तो उसके लिए एचआर मैम का कुछ डिस्कशन चाहिए था. बेसिकली कुछ डिस्कशन करना था उनसे.
ठीक है, कोई नहीं, मैं एक स्लॉट आपको दूंगा, उसमें आप डिस्कस कर लेना. वैसे some students have already taken the slots and discussed.